William Tompkins and MUFON director, saying Earth is controlled by warring extraterrestrial species. Scientists say we could all be living in a galactic zoo run by aliens. Warring extraterrestrial species. Now today, with the Christian Old Calendar, is the feast of the Maccabee saints. They lived about 130 BC, and of course they dedicated the Temple of Jerusalem in 3 years, warring against the pagan ancient Greeks. Now, they had seen a lot of miraculous and angelic intervention, divine intervention, helping them to regain the temple and rededicate it. And that's, since then, they had the Feast of Hanukkah, of the Lights, which is around Christmas. But to the feast of where Jesus Christ would also go to when he was walking among us in his biological form. But what I want to remind everyone there, you should read it, the book of Maccabees. There's one instance where an angel appears to them and says to the Maccabees, "Look above your heads, what do you see?" And they looked up above their heads and they say, "We see warring angels." And the angel that was talking to him said, "Yes, you're right." Okay, so the vision that they saw was warring angels. That is, the angels of God warring against the angels of the evil one. Okay, and also we have this description given by the Archangel Gabriel in the book of Daniel, where the Archangel Gabriel describes to Daniel how the Archangel Michael is warring in the area of Media, Persia, against the angels of the evil one. And then when he wins that war, he will come again as the guardian of Israel and help Israel. So there is an otherworldly parallel existence of beings that are warring. And a lot of times, from what I have read in theological books given to us by ancient witnesses and saints, a lot of that conflict is also somehow transferred to our earthly, worldly human existence. That's why we need prayer for peace and reconciliation and brotherhood. So anyway, William Tompkins and MUFON director, Earth is controlled by warring extraterrestrial species. Scientists say we could all be living in a galactic zoo run by aliens. This is by Vicky Verma on Highs and Wise on Collective Spark. 2 years before his death, William Tompkins had written, "Selected by extraterrestrials," which induced sudden chaos in the UFO community with his incredible testimony about the U.S. Navy's secret development of space battle groups with the assistance of major aerospace companies, beginning with Douglas Aircraft. He can be considered one of the most incredible whistleblowers to step forward and disclose the secret space programs, ET agendas, and hidden governments. He claimed to be part of an operation involving U.S. Navy spies who stole UFO plans and anti-gravity technology secrets from the Nazis during World War II. In July 2017, at a press conference, Tompkins made an unprecedented statement. He worked for the Douglas Aircraft Company alongside extraterrestrial Nordic alien women. It had been 4 to 7 years before NASA appeared. He claimed about it in his book mentioned above, that was published in 2015, in the book Selected by Extraterrestrials. Additionally, he revealed that the Nazis had already had operational UFOs during the war, and because of the information that the U.S. spies were able to obtain, the U.S. later developed its own fleet of UFOs, which then got siphoned off into the black military sphere under the control of Majestic 12, the ultra-secretive group that controlled and managed the UFO alien issue in the 1940s. During the time of World War, there were secret societies such as the Thule Society and the Vril Society. Famous British historian Nicholas Goodrich Clark wrote a whole chapter about Maria Orsic in his book Black Sun, published in 2001, where he connected her with the Vril Society. The author mentioned that Orsic could communicate with alien civilizations, and one of them was from the planet Aldebaran, which is located in the Taurus system. According to Tompkins, the Nazis were in contact with extraterrestrial reptilians at the same time as Orsic was doing her channeling. Hitler found out about Orsic, her abilities, and the fact that she was receiving information that detailed how to construct UFOs. According to Tompkins, Hitler allowed Orsic and the Nordics with whom she was working for to continue work on their UFO program because the Nazis were already in contact with the reptilians and because Hitler knew he could always take over Orsic's project at any time. Robert Wood, who was interviewed alongside William Tompkins by Search for Truth Reality, claimed that the Nazis' technology rapidly advanced due to their relationship with the reptilians, so that they actually got to the far side of the moon before the end of World War II. Now let's keep in mind that the former Defense Minister of Canada, Paul Hellyer, was always for decades going around disclosing the ET UFO presence on Earth and the fact that ETs are among us and that certain governments are working in secret with these ETs to gain their technology. And some of these ETs are so human-looking that they look just like us. And if we were to pass them on the sidewalk, we would think that they were just regular people. Now, going back to this, Dr. Wood worked in research and development management in Douglas Aircraft and McDonnell Douglas from 1956 to 1993. Later, he became a board member of MUFON. He was given $500,000 to disseminate UFO documents and $250,000 to make a UFO documentary. Later, Robert and his son Ryan scanned hundreds of MJ-12 documents and made them available on their website majesticdocuments.com. According to William Tompkins, he was recruited at a young age by the Navy due to his precocious ability to build highly accurate model ships. After working at North America Aviation in Northrop, he was hired by Douglas Aircraft Company in 1950. In the interviews such as with Project Camelot and in his book Selected by Extraterrestrials, Tompkins revealed much of his story. He explains that MJ-12 began in 1942 with the senior Douglas, the man who started the company. Tompkins stated that right after the Battle of LA 1942, in order to handle the implications of UFOs openly showing themselves in the skies, Douglas pulled some key men into the group, or think tank, that later became MJ-12. Dr. Wood stated that MJ-12 is mostly associated with Air Force, not other branches of the U.S. military. He explained that the U.S. Navy started back engineering Nazi UFO crafts in 1942 before MJ-12 came into existence. It took the Navy around a decade to produce functional UFO craft, but they did so eventually. Tompkins stated that when the first astronauts went to the moon, they were shocked to discover it had already been occupied by Draco reptilians. He said that the reptilians, over 9 feet tall, were standing next to their advanced craft. According to both Tompkins and Dr. Wood, the reptilians had already made a deal with the Nazis. Amazingly, Tompkins himself claimed he saw ancient structures on the far side of the moon and that he saw a floating building 1.5 miles above the lunar surface. And according to Tompkins, although there are many ET species interacting with humanity currently, including Draco reptilians and Nordics, which have a great influence on the world. In his Project Camelot interview, Tompkins prevented himself from disclosing more information about reptilians as it was harmful to his credibility. Tompkins also described the U.S. military's concern about UFOs and alien beings, and the military's rush to create advanced space-based weapons, which could be used to defend the planet Earth against an ET threat to our civilization. He revealed the U.S. Navy has battle groups operating outside the Earth. He personally designed 5 spaceships, he claims, and 30 support ships. Using the latest technology, he designed different spaceships for Northrop Aviation Company. Northrop started building the huge craft underground in Utah, he claims. Tompkins claimed we are now building even better battle groups. The Apollo moon landing were also designed to build a base on the moon. We have had bases on the moon along with bases on Mars and Jupiter moons, he claims. A month after the shocking conference, Tompkins passed away unexpectedly on August 21, 2017 in San Diego, California at the age of 94. This was originally published by How and Wise, and it's on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.